This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hello, I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The United States deciding to ban all Russian fuel imports Tuesday, a move that will have a major impact on what we pay at the pump. Right now, the Arizona average hitting a record high $4.29, but experts say we could soon be paying close to $5. An ASU economist saying the price of oil is set in a global market, and even though only about 8% of U.S. oil imports came from Russia last year, cutting supply will drive up all prices. Dennis Hoffman expects domestic production to ramp up in the short term and predicts an increase in imports from other areas like the Middle East.
If you could boost world supply, that takes some of the pressure off oil in the world markets, and that would manifest itself into some lower prices here.
The U.S. is the world's largest oil producer, ahead of Saudi Arabia and Russia, but it's one of the biggest consumers as well and can't currently meet its staggering demand with the domestic crude oil alone. According to Yardeni Research, rising oil prices will force American households to pay almost $2,000 extra for gas this year. In response to the situation, clean energy advocates are urging lawmakers and manufacturers to speed up the country's transition to renewable energy sources. It's no secret that it's getting more and more expensive to live in Arizona. That's why we're looking at the state's housing market, from soaring rent prices to people moving out of state and who's buying Arizona properties. ABC 15 going in depth all day Wednesday with our special called Priced Out. We look at hacks to home buying and how construction delays are impacting some in the valley. This all starts Wednesday morning at 4:30. Ballparks in the valley say they're ready to welcome baseball fans as soon as the deal is done between players and owners, but every day without games is costing them. Tempe Diablo Stadium is the home of the Angels for the Cactus League. Tempe city leaders say they could lose $600,000 in tax revenue without Cactus League games. Comes after back-to-back years of losing money because of COVID, and no one knows what this season will look like.
We're hoping we have some kind of spring training this year. Obviously we don't know what that's going to look like, but if not, we'll be ready for 23, and hopefully it'll be as normal as we can make it.
Tempe just approved plans for $50 million worth of renovations for Angel Stadium. The lost revenue isn't expected to impact that too much since most of it is funded through bonds. 2 rescue calls in 2 days made by the same hiker. Coconino County Sheriff's Office says a Brooklyn man first called 911 to say he got lost while hiking on Humphreys Trail north of Flagstaff. The next day made a call again after being injured on the hike. According to the Daily Sun, the hiker says because of the winter weather conditions, it was very easy to get off the trail and fall into the snow. After 2 humbling hikes, he says, quote, "Life isn't worth losing for a cool Instagram picture. Part of being a hiker is realizing your own human limitations and respecting the mountain and the climate." New information now about just how much of a disparity women face today when it comes to debt and pay. According to the American Association of University Women, student debt especially impacts women who hold 2/3 of student debt in the country. Women usually end up taking out more to begin with, and after graduating, women are further impacted by the pay gap, making just 81% of what their male counterparts are expected to earn. It's a one-of-a-kind brew and unique way to celebrate International Women's Day. Meet the women brewers at Old Ellsworth Brewing Company in Queen Creek. They're taking part in the Pink Boots Collaboration Brew Day. Breweries across the nation all using a unique hops to create their own special brew. The Pink Boots Arizona beer, a sour DIPA. The organization is all about supporting and empowering women in the brewing industry.
Tracking your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We are expecting a warmer day tomorrow with temperatures still starting off on the cool side here in the valley, down in the mid-40s, climbing throughout the day into the mid-60s by noon. And we're back in the 70s on your Wednesday. In fact, we'll be right around 71 to 72 degrees throughout parts of the valley. Now, regarding the air quality, it'll be in that borderline moderate count, at least through 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we get improvement in our air quality throughout the afternoon. A beautiful day tomorrow to enjoy the outdoors, whether it be running, hiking, or biking. Of course, wear plenty of sunscreen and stay hydrated as those temperatures will creep up on you in the afternoon. Elsewhere across State 48 tomorrow, highs in the 40s in Flagstaff, 50 in Heber and in Sholo, and 60s and 70s throughout the lower deserts. Here's that 7-day forecast. Temperatures remaining in the 70s through at least Friday into the weekend. And look at Sunday's forecast. We're back in the 80s here in the Phoenix Metro. Chance for snow at 60% in Flagstaff Thursday, then warming up into the 50s by the weekend and 60s early next week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.